Mama's boy. Yes, this is the biggest mama's boy I've ever met. Hey everyone, I'm TM Sparrow, writer and homeschooling mom, and today I want to tell you about my favorite female characters. Since March is Women's History Month, and we just celebrated International Women's Day, I thought it would be fun to talk about my favorite female characters. And I'm not going to limit this list to just books because I enjoy all kinds of entertainment media. This list is not in any kind of ranked order, and I know there are some really bad representations of women out there, but right now I just want to focus on the good. So let's get started with number 1, Layla from The Savior's Champion. I am, of course, a huge supporter of indie books, and The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moretzi is one of my favorites. Now, the book is about the trials of a man named Tobias and is told from his point of view, but Layla is still a major character. She is everything that I could ask for in a female character. Strong, fierce, and feminine. She kicks butt, but she still has a softer side. She has positive relationships with other women, and she doesn't just fall at Tobias's feet. Layla don't need your love, honey. She is fine all on her own. Layla is my queen. Number 2, Cassandra Pentaghast from Dragon Age Inquisition. I am a huge fan of the Dragon Age games, and they are full of amazing female characters. I tried to limit myself to just one character per series for this list, though, and my all-time favorite female character from Dragon Age is definitely Cassandra. She's an incredible warrior, and not super feminine, though that's not a bad thing. She's also a noble character, and she always tries to do the right thing, regardless of any personal cost. One of the things that I found most endearing about Cassandra, however, is that she's this incredible and serious warrior, but she has this secret love for a trashy romance series written by a dwarf that she hates. It just makes her so much fun and that much more realistic. A+, BioWare. Number 3, Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. I know Harry Potter is a little shaky at this point, but the series meant a lot to me as a kid. So when I started this list, I knew that Luna was going to be on it. That's right, Luna Lovegood, not Hermione Granger. I love Hermione, don't get me wrong, but free-spirited Luna holds a special place in my heart. She was so unafraid of being herself, even when the other kids bullied her for it. And I know what it's like to be the weird one. But Luna made it okay to be quirky. Out of all the Harry Potter characters, Luna was the one that I identified with the most. Number 4, Leia Organa from Star Wars. Star Wars is a classic, and Leia is the original queen. Carrie Fisher's amazingness aside, Leia was just an amazing character. She was fierce, loud, and brave, and she definitely knew how to put Han and Luke in their places. Plus, she was the better shot. Yeah, Padme is cool, I guess, but Leia is unmatched in her wit and cunning. A fearless princess who led 2 rebellions, Leia never stopped fighting even when it cost her her diplomatic status, her planet, and her family twice. Leia is the gold standard for me. Number 5, Mercy Thompson from the Mercy Thompson series. In a world full of werewolves, vampires, and the Fae, Mercy Thompson is just one little coyote shapeshifter, but man, she does not let that stop her. Mercy is a scrappy mechanic with a history degree and a somewhat unreliable immunity to certain kinds of magic. While the series has a serious lack of healthy female relationships, it does make up for that in other ways. Mercy is mischievous and smart. As the technically weaker character, you would think she would always be the damsel in distress type, but you would be wrong. Mercy kills vampires and river monsters, and whenever she's in trouble, she doesn't just sit around and wait to be rescued. I love a clever and witty heroine, and Mercy certainly fits that bill. Number 6. Bill Potts from Doctor Who. There are so many amazing women in Doctor Who, it was really hard for me to pick just one for this list. But in the end, I had to go with Bill. She was so much fun. She was just human and such a bright comparison to Capaldi's curmudgeonly doctor. I think the ending of her arc did her wrong, but overall, she was just a breath of fresh air for the show. She wasn't in love with the doctor, and she didn't do anything special like Rose or Amy or Clara. Bill was just Bill. And it's hard for me to put into words what I loved so much about her. There was just something fun about Bill, and she still held her own on her adventures with the doctor. Number 7. Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. Fruits Basket is one of my favorite animes. It's funny and it's sweet and it makes me cry on a regular basis. Toru is the main character and it's hard not to love her. Is she a Mary Sue? Maybe, but I don't think that's always a bad thing. Toru is sweet and compassionate, but she's also strong and independent. She'd rather live on her own in a tent than feel like a burden to her friends. Her sweet spirit helps the Soma family begin to heal from their various traumas, and that theme of overcoming, of loving and supporting people just as they are, is what I love about the show. And Toru is at the center of that. And that's why she makes my list. Number 8. Ella from Ella Enchanted. Okay, I'm taking it back a bit with this one, I know, but Ella was such an important character for me. For a long time, the book was my favorite. And no, the movie does not exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Ella was such a strong character, and she taught me that blind obedience is not a good thing. Ella is brave, and she's willing to give up her happily ever after because she's smart enough to realize that her fairy gift of obedience makes her a liability to the kingdom. And that makes her pretty awesome in my book. Number 9. Asuna Yuki from Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online seems to be one of those shows that you either love it or you hate it. There is no in between. Well, I love it, and Asuna is a big part of why. Drake is the one who introduced me to this show because he said that Asuna reminded him of me. And while I think Asuna is way more awesome than I could ever be, it's sweet that he thinks that. The majority of this show takes place in a video game, but Asuna is every bit an equal to Kirito, the show's main character. In fact, when I mentioned the battle couple in my favorite romance tropes video, Asuna and Kirito were who came to mind. Asuna is generally soft-spoken, but she protects the ones that she loves, and she's also a pretty awesome cook. Or at least she is in the video game. Anyway, she is super cool and I love her. And number 10, Tessa Hale from Heart and Soul. So I finished Heart and Soul just in time to put Tessa on this list, and I am so glad. I saw so much of myself in Tessa. She's demisexual, and she's awkward, and she's a writer. She stands by the person she loves in his darkest moments, and she's understanding and supportive. I mean, Tessa is smart, and she probably handled meeting her idol better than I would have. I love the way she supported Yoon-ji through his issues with PTSD and how she was willing to do whatever she could to help others. Tessa may not be a fierce warrior, but she's strong in other ways that matter just as much, if not more, which is why she earned a last-minute spot on this list. So those are my 10 favorite female characters. You can let me know your favorite female characters in the comments down below, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. And if you want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. See you next time.
Hi.
Why don't you tell everybody who your favorite female character is?
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Alright, tell everybody why it's Sailor Moon. What do you love about her?
In the first episode, when she cries.
It makes those sound waves.
Yeah.
And it does what?
And then it helps her kill the bad guy.
Yeah, it helps her beat the bad guy. Who's your favorite female superhero? Which superhero do you love the most?
Oh, yeah. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. What do you love about Captain Marvel?
Pow, pow.
Ow.
Sorry.
You're not supposed to kapow mommy.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. So you love how she goes kapow?
Yeah.
Yeah. You really love that fight scene with the I'm Just a Girl song, huh? Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it was perfect for that scene.
It was.
Because, like, all the people were like, oof, 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 right?
Yep.
They're like, oof, oof, oof. They're all like, oof, when they fell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oof.
Okay, you can ask me a question.
Do you have another, like, least favorite female character?
A least favorite female character? You always ask hard questions. You know, I think I'm going to say Padme from Star Wars.
What?
I know, right? She started off really cool, but I hated how they killed her off at the end. Because she had babies. She had twin babies, right? And then they're sitting there, oh, she's lost the will to live. And I just thought that was really dumb. She could have been a really great character, but I think they ruined her in the last movie.
Bye.
Tobias the flyest. She kicks butt, but she still has a softer side. She has positive relationships with other women. Really, dog? Number 2, Cassandra Pentaghast from... Pentaghast? Pentaghast, I made up a new name. I am a huge fan of the Dragon Age game, and they are... Games. There's more than one. There's 3. And books. And a tabletop role-playing game. Don't you huff at me, Chewbacca. You know, this is my 4th time recording this script, and you wouldn't think I would be having this much trouble with it. In a world full of vampires, werewolves, and the Fae, Mercy Thompson is just one little coyote shapeshifter. I don't have a very good movie announcer voice. Mercy is a scrappy mechanic with a history degree and a somewhat unreliable immunity. Remunity, I made a new word. Okay, so those are my 10 favorite female characters.
Dun, dun, dun.
Vanera! Bye.